Houston playing indoors though tonight as the fans will be allowed, looking to get their Astros back in this World Series. As Framber Valdez, the All-Star, has been terrific. 2 earned runs allowed in 2 postseason starts. And you know he's going to be on his game here tonight against Zach Wheeler and the Phillies. Wheeler has been just as good. 4 starts. He's allowed 10 hits total in those 4 starts. It's a great pitching matchup, and we're taking you up to the first pitch here tonight on the pregame show. That's what they're playing for. 1-0 Phillies. As we take you to this game 2, great to see you. Glad to have you back to the pregame show. Frank Thomas, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Let's talk about the Astros and their manager, guys, because he spent part of 7 decades in the big leagues, both a player and a manager. And Dusty Baker has witnessed his share of history. Dusty's so cool that he once partnered with Jimi Hendrix. He even co-invented the high five. And those subjects didn't even make the cut when he sat down with our Tom Rinaldi.
I felt as if this whole journey was written before I was born even. I was just living my life.
Every journey is composed of moments. So just to pick a handful, which are incredible.
Fastball is a high drive into deep left center field. Buckner goes back to the fence.
Being in the on-deck circle when Hank Aaron hits 715. What did you experience in that moment?
I didn't want to get in the way. You know, I could have been the first guy up there to congratulate him, but this was kind of like Hank's moment. I was so happy for Hank Aaron and his family because it wasn't a very positive experience. It wasn't as joyous as it should have been.
Game 5, 2002 World Series that involved your son, Darren, as the bat boy.
Steve Snow had to pick Darren Baker up, got him out of the way.
The reason he was there is because I had been diagnosed, with cancer that winter. I was trying to give my son everything in the world that I could give him. My mother, before the game, had just told me not to let him be the bat boy because she had a bad feeling. I got a call as soon as I got back into my office. It was my mom. I said, Mom, the press is here. She goes, oh, no, you tell them to wait because you're going to listen to me because you don't never listen. You know how moms give me hell. And what am I going to say?
In the air, down the left field line. Reaching into the stands and couldn't get it. He's riddled with a fan.
The Bartman moment.
Yeah.
What did you tell yourself when you saw that happen, Dusty?
I told myself that I thought Mo would have caught that ball, and then the inning was over.
In Chicago, you had the opportunity to spend time with Barack and Michelle Obama. What was that like?
Actually, they were real good friends with Gary Matthews, one of my best buddies. So he called me over. I said, how'd you get my number? He goes, like I said, I'm the president. This is the president. So I guess you get my number anytime you get ready.
You actually asked the President of the United States, how did you get my number?
Yeah. I thought he was going to tell me Gary or something, you know what I mean? But he said, like I said, I'm the President of the United States. So, well, you got a good point there.
The notion that people suggest to you this Forrest Gump-like quality of your life, what do you think when you hear that?
I don't know. I thought Forrest was pretty cool.
For all these moments, what would it mean to win the series title?
I'm going to win it. I always thought that. I'm hoping to win it this year. When I lost 2002, my dad goes, son, he goes, man, if you didn't win it this year, you may never win it. I love my dad, but I always love proving my dad wrong. Hey, man, when people tell me something I can't do, I always thought, that I'll win 1, I'll win 2, back to back, hopefully, and then say goodnight.
25 years as a manager, he's racked up 47 postseason wins, the 4th most of any manager in history of the game, 20 more than any other manager in history without. a World Series title. And as you can probably tell from that interview with Tom, there's not a soul that meets Dusty, that's around Dusty, that doesn't like Dusty. Right, Frank?
Dusty's a Hall of Fame person. Coach, manager, whatever you want to do. He's one of the most inspirational men I've ever been around. He's a Hall of Famer regardless if he wins a world championship or not. This guy does nothing but win wherever he goes, but he always finds himself here late in October. So for Dusty, this team, take the pressure off yourself. Win it for your family, win it for your friends, win it for your teammates, and stop this narrative of win for Dusty. Just relax, play your game, and everything will be okay.
You just hit home when you talk about Dusty Baker. This is the guy that if I had to go back in my career, I would love to have him as a manager during my whole entire career because he give you that type of confidence. I have so many friends that play for Dusty, and even myself, I got to meet him and I got to know the guy. I had a conversation with him. Dusty is the one manager that you want to have in your bench. I know last night he went a little old school, and I understand. As a player, we understand, Frank. We know what he was trying to do with Verlander last night, trying to build up his confidence because that's one of his biggest holes that he needs to have back in the mound next time, do one more time around doing it right. So he went back then. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but Dusty deserved to win the World Series.
Dusty's the coolest guy in the room. I mean, you see him from Obama to anybody you meet. He's a guy you just want to go out and have a beer with. He's got the toothpick. He's got the wristbands. Like Poppy, he's a guy that I wish I would have played for. But I think he's more than a manager, Kevin. I think he's a role model. I'd love to see more African Americans in the dugout as executives. He's an icon. He's a role model. And I think he motivates all of us. I couldn't be happier. By the way, trying to chase his second ring in 41 years.
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, won one as a player with L.A. You know, it's and a good lesson there, too, because if the president wants to call you, the president can find your number. Pretty big database. Sure. Then he can figure it out. But with that being said now, how does he manage tonight? After what Poppy said, Frank, how does he manage this game tonight?
Tonight is a must-win for Houston Astros. If they leave here 2-0, it's a problem in Philadelphia. That fan base, that crowd is a tough place to win. So Houston needs to win tonight, and I'm sure Dusty is going to manage tonight. He's going to manage like it's game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah. Dusty needs to do whatever it takes to win this game tonight, based on what Frank just said. The fans base in Philadelphia, the energy, it gets loud in the stadium. We've been there before, and we know what that team is capable of. Philadelphia's on the roll. Their mojo is back, and they're going to try to take that series over there 2-0. So Dusty needs to try to do whatever it takes to win that game tonight.
These both guys are right. All you got to do is watch the tape from last night's game. Look exactly what Rob Thompson did. He played it like a Game 7, Game 7. That's exactly what Dusty needs to do. Tonight is must win for the Astros.
Well, good news for Dusty is they've got, a guy who has been just sensational on the mound for them in Framber Valdez against a guy who's been just as good for Philadelphia in Zach Wheeler. Look what they've done this starting in this postseason. Wheeler's got 4 starts, a 1.78 ERA. Valdez has 2. He's allowed a grand total of 2 earned runs. I mean, it's a really good pitching matchup here. Who's got the edge for you?
Well, I think the Astros, their best pitcher right now is Valdez, but it's hard to go against Wheeler, who's the best pitcher left in the series. I'm going to go Valdez tonight with a gem.
What do you think about Valdez, Poppy? You know a thing or two about what he brings to the table, that big old curveball?
The one thing about Valdez that makes him so good, he had the finesse on his pitches. He knows where his pitch is going to land at. He breathes into his pitches. This guy takes his time every time he's going to drop that whooper-duper, or he's going to locate his fastball. That changeup, he knows how to combine it with his fastball so he can get hit off of balance real well. So I would not be surprised if he give out there some 7 good innings, Frank.
And Valdez, last couple of years, he's been that money pitcher for them. He likes the big moments. He's not intimidated. He's fearless. He's going to go out there and pitch his game tonight. He knows what this team needs to do tonight. They know they got to win this baseball game. I'm looking for Houston to play one of their better ball games all year season long tonight.
Fastball, curveball, and he can spin the curveball as well as anybody. If you're the hitter going up against them, you're going to get some fastballs early. Do not try to pull him as a right-hander. Shoot that ball the other way. Because if you get to the breaking ball, the league is hitting 120 against that pitch.
Yeah, and something to prove, right? Because, look, he's obviously matured, an all-star this year. Last year, he got hit around the World Series. 10 earned runs in just over 4 innings pitched, 4 2/3, so he's looking to get a little bit better. We talked about Wheeler earlier in the show. Will he be managed the same way, Frank, that Rob Thompson managed Noah last night? Now, Wheeler's been almost unhittable, but do you think he'll be as aggressive with Wheeler on the mound with a 1-0 series lead?
Of course he will. I really think this is their ace. He's going to let him go as long as he's in control. If he's not in control, if he's unhealthy, you just never know what's going to play into that. But if he's pitching a great ball game, he's going to try to get the length from Wheeler tonight.
Yeah, and I think they had 4 days off going into yesterday. They have a day off tomorrow. They'll give him as long as he can, but if he smells a victory, Rob Thompson will get and be very aggressive.
Yeah, you're right. With the day off tomorrow, you can blow out the bullpen if you want, right? You got that day of rest. All right, as we all know by now, Big Papi putting his money on the line. The Fox Bet Super 6 app is free to play. Scan the QR code right now. Download the app, answer 6 questions. You can win $25,000.
Look at that loop
of Big Papi's money. All right. Game 2 tonight, Frank. Who is going to win the game tonight?
It's a tough one, highly contested, but I do believe Houston realized they got to win tonight. I think it's going to come down to a 4-3 ball game. Houston Astros tonight.
Frank thinks things are going to be evened up.
I like the Astros punching back today. 5-4 Astros.
Hey.
Can we get your pick?
What do we have tonight?
Hola, you on the dream tonight. The king.
He's got more wardrobe changes than anyone I've ever seen. It's unbelievable. There you go. All right, so send that money around. Out.
Come and get my money.
I got a hundo in the eye. It's game 2 of this World Series from Houston. Phillies 1. Astros nothing. Pedro on the field.
Rico Padre.
We can't wait to get it going. And the first pitch is coming your way when we come back.
Hall of Fame only, King